once the city of Pokrovsk itself falls. And then I also want to show you some of the reasons why that is also that it's so vulnerable. Because the Russians have the capacity to move troops up there in a hurry. So we've seen, so far all along the front line there's been battle groups that have been fighting or so. And so the question is, yeah, but how much do they have to exploit it here? Well, here's the thing. The Russians have the capacity to surge troops up there pretty rapidly. And I'm going to show you a couple of things. First of all, from the Institute for the Study of War, I want to show you some of the progress that has been made here. And you'll see on this map right here, this is a rail line here that's coming from, this is shortly after they took Avdiivka. This is on March 1st of this year. After the Russians took Avdiivka, and they continue to move toward Pokrovsk, and I've told you why that's so important, because of all the rail lines that run in and out of here, all the road networks. There's like 7 of them. And the Russians continued to follow those rail lines forward. And I just showed you on the map where in this area down here, the Russians have cut this rail line right here, and they're literally right up to the front of that. Now, that's where they are right now. Let me show you where they were, if I can back out of that one. That was then. Here is a month ago. And you can see that they made far more development. All this area that was Avdiivka, this stuff went in, and you see again they continued to follow the rail lines. Let me show you why that is so important and why the Russians are actually following those rail lines. Because when you look at a different map, let me pull that one up if you please. You see that Russia has built these red lines right here are new rail lines that Russians have built, and this is the area where Pokrovsk is here. So I showed you the existing rail lines that were going up there. This gives Russia, and these are modern new ones. I mean, they literally have just been built in the last year or so, or completed. I think some of them as recently as June of this year they were completed. Russia can now take troops, they can station them all along these routes, and then whenever they're ready, they can put them on rail cars and rail networks and get them up here quickly. So if there is a breakthrough right here, then they can move troops, mass them from nearly anywhere else from the existing rail lines up to this point in very fast, rapid succession. And because Ukraine has virtually no ability to interdict this traffic in the back, Russians can move up. On the other hand, that the Ukraine side, if they recognize that a penetration is about to occur and they start moving folks along theirs, Russia does have the capacity to interdict them on the rail networks as they come in. So it's a lot worse for the Ukraine side than it is for the Russian side.